finest formation aerobatic team, the Redhawks, diving to gain speed for their first maneuver. They'll bottom out at 250 miles an hour in their line abreast formation, 4-foot wingtip to wingtip separation. But right now you'll notice the two wingmen moving into a completely different formation right in the middle of the loop. This formation is known as their arrowhead or their parade formation. Now, most formation aerobatic teams use the parade formation strictly for photo passes, not the Redhawks. As you'll see as the show progresses, the Redhawks use this formation for most of their aerobatic maneuvers. In the parade formation, which you'll get another look at now as they perform their wing over, the separation between the propellers of the wingmen and the tip tanks of the team leader, Harry Shepard, are less than 2 feet. Now as they perform their wing over turn, you can see the incredible close separation between these three aircraft. You will not see closer formation flying anywhere in the world. And coming in from left to right, still in their parade formation, are the Redhawks, with Harry Shepard leading, Carl Pascarell on the right wing, Bob Gann on the left wing. And they gracefully pull up. Harry Shepard will call roll now, and they start a parade formation. Roll to the right, and you'll notice that the separation you saw 2 maneuvers ago is still exactly the same as they exit the air show area to the right. And smoke will be coming off as they exit the air show area, and they'll be re-entering momentarily for one of their signature maneuvers, the downburst maneuver. Formation will be coming down, diving for a speed of 250 miles an hour, still in their parade formation. When they float over the top, you'll notice that the smoke will be coming on. Harry Shepard's calling that, and that will signal the start of their downburst maneuver. Right about here, you'll see the smoke coming on, and Harry Shepard will call ready, roll, now. And all 3 Redhawks will simultaneously execute a roll and leave the formation, leave the area in 3 different directions. Coming in from the left, Mr. Bob Gann. Coming at him, Carl Pascarell. At a closure rate of over 500 miles an hour, they pass feet apart, and Harry Shepard pulls up through the formation on the vertical and gracefully pulls over the top in his SF-260. And the formation will rejoin again, but this time you'll see slightly different alignment. You'll notice the 2 wingmen are coming straight at us. At the last possible moment, Carl Pascarell will call ready, break, now. And the 2 wingmen will execute the twinkle roll, passing feet apart as Harry Shepard pulls up on the vertical, once again passing through the formation and capping off across the sky. Coming in on the right, Bob Gann, Redhawk number 3. He's about to show you a very small portion of the aerobatic capability of this excellent SF-260. He'll dive for speed, like all propeller-driven aircraft have to do. At a speed of 250 miles an hour, he'll execute a 4G pull. At that moment, right now, he'll weigh approximately 4 times what he would weigh on the ground. He'll float over the top at 0 gravity. This is what we call a half-Cuban turnaround maneuver. Right here, he'll roll the aircraft upright. He'll roll it again to the inverted position. He'll roll it again to the upright position, executing a half-Cuban turnaround and once again trading altitude for airspeed as he exits the air show area. His directional change this time will be a straight pull up to the vertical. As he hits the vertical line, he'll quarter roll the aircraft so that all you folks can get a good profile view of this beautiful SF-260 aircraft. Now get your cameras ready, because coming in from right to left as he dives for speed, once again, Bob will execute a graceful 4-point roll as only the SF-260 aircraft can do. You can count the points as well as me. There's 1. You can count the rest, folks. Now don't put those cameras away, because as Bob exits the air show area to the left, you'll see Harry Shepard and Carl Pascarell re-entering from the same side. Harry Shepard inverted on the top, Carl Pascarell underneath. 7-foot separation with the canopies. They're about to execute their famous maneuver called the mirror roll. Only 3 people in air show history have ever performed this maneuver, and you're watching 2 of them do it today. And as they go across the top of the roll, you'll notice that their vertical fins are less than 2 feet apart. In fact, it's approximately 20 inches apart. The mirror roll executed by Harry Shepard and Carl Pascarell, a maneuver you'll never see unless these 2 people are flying. Gann will be coming in from the left to rejoin his teammates as they position themselves for the next maneuver. Coming in on the oblique from right to left, they'll perform the line abreast loop. Line abreast maneuvers look easy. They have approximately a 4-foot wingtip to wingtip separation. But imagine yourself driving down a windy, bumpy road with a car on either side of you at full speed. That's what these people are undergoing right now as they come onto the back side of the loop. But they're not done yet. That was the first loop of a series. Now, if you watch carefully as they come up on the vertical, they will once again transition into the parade formation. This is the second formation change in one right to left pass. There they go, switching over to their parade or arrowhead formation. Again, propellers and wingtip tanks 2 feet apart. Coming back over the top, don't go away, folks, because you're going to see the third formation change in one right to left pass executed by the Redhawks, because as they bottom out of their maneuver, Bob Gant will slide from the arrowhead formation to the right echelon formation. And Harry Shepard will lead the formation up and begin a fan brake to align themselves for the next maneuver. Notice how the separation stays constant as each one of these aircraft going over the top goes through their fan brake. Now, as you watch the Redhawks re-enter the air show area from the left, you're about to see a maneuver that you rarely see at air shows. All 3 aircraft, as they approach the center of our air show area, will execute simultaneous nose-to-tail inside loops. Their separation will be somewhere between 300 and 500 feet. Right about now, Harry Shepard says, ready, here we go, and up go the Redhawks. 3 aircraft looping across our air show area as one. Right now, each team member is trying to pick up the other 2, making sure that the spacing and the alignment are right. And as they come down the backside again, reaching for 250 miles an hour, they'll be experiencing 4 times the force of gravity, bottoming out at approximately 30 feet. The Redhawks in their simultaneous nose-to-tail loops, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, coming in, approaching in the echelon formation, the Redhawks. Remain in that echelon formation as Harry Shepard calls for nose up, leads the formation up, and when they get to about a 45-degree angle to the surface of the Earth, Harry will start a roll 270 degrees to the left and end up on the right side of the airfield, set up for his downwind and a formation landing. The Redhawks have 2 options for landing. They have their arrowhead formation or parade formation type landing, the second being a carrier recovery type landing. In actual carrier operations, aircraft are recovered about every 35 seconds. We're going to recover these 3 aircraft up in approximately 10 seconds apart. Touching down now, Red Hawk number 1, Harry Shepard. As we probably told you before, Harry Shepard is a Pan American captain, flies the 747, and has been flying air shows for over 20 years. Red Hawk number 2 touching down at the precise interval, Carl Pascarell, a captain for Continental Airlines, a 737 captain, and as in the case of Harry, a former carrier naval aviator. And last but not least, Red Hawk number 3, Bob Gant, touching down in the precise interval. And as the aircraft turn around on the runway and exit the runway and go to the spectator parking area, we'd like to tell you just a little bit more about these beautiful SF-260 Marchetti aircraft that the Redhawks fly. The SF stands for Stelio Frati, the noted Italian designer who designed these aircraft and who once said, if you're going to spend money on an airplane, it doesn't cost any more to design a beautiful machine. And I think you'll agree, as these Redhawks taxi in for your viewing pleasure, that Stelio Frati accomplished his mission. The SF-260 is probably the finest low-wing, 4-place, piston-driven propeller aircraft in the world. It's the nearest thing to a jet that these 3 former jet carrier aviators could find, and it suits their purposes very well for the type of show that they do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Redhawks will be approaching the spectator area. They'll line up. And as the propellers stop and the canopies slide back, if you enjoyed their performance today, we hope you will give them a well-deserved round of applause. The one and only Redhawks, the finest formation aerobatic team in the world today. The propellers will be stopping momentarily. Harry Shepard, Carl Pascarell, Bob Gant, the Redhawks, quite simply the best.